Well, firstly, data is useless if you can't use it. So every piece of data I take from an athlete, it gets implemented into the physical training program off the back of it. So, for example, that could be strength tests, as I mentioned before. It could be something as simple as your back squat, deadlift. You can work out your VVO2, your max aerobic speed, for a 5 minute test, a running test, or whatever training modality you want to do. So for the rowers, it'd be rowing. Um, and then you've got all sorts of other data by asking simple questions. But how did you sleep? How fatigued are you? Hydration windows. Talk to you about your water intake, about your food intake. I'm a qualified nutritionist, but I'm not the best. So I hired the best in the country to come and help me with that side of life. But the most vital one that everyone misses, and it's the most incredibly powerful tool you can possibly have as a coach, is the very simple question of, how do you feel today? How are you? So simple. That can answer so many questions about everything. That shit day can be derived because I just don't feel good today. And that could be me before we even get on that session, by going, right, scrap that because I'm going to push you to an inch of your life there. Man, I don't think you need that right now. However, some people do. Some people having a shitty day need that thrashing. Some people having a shitty day don't need anywhere near that. So here's what I'm doing. We're going to scale it back. We're going to do this instead. You've got to understand your athlete. Getting to know them is very difficult. It's time constraint. It's very difficult. It's why not many people do it. But knowing your athlete and knowing what makes them tick is the best part about it. But remember, in a physical development standpoint, you only grow from the stimulus that you can recover from. So if you just go and thrash yourself every single day, regardless of how your thought and feelings are, you can't just go on a linear trajectory and grow and grow and grow. Otherwise, the 100-meter record would be 5 seconds, and we'd all be doing sub-4 marathons and sub-2 hour
I wish.
marathons. So yeah, so it's not a linear trajectory. You will have shit days. You're gonna have great days. You're gonna have days where I prescribe something and it doesn't even touch the sides. And what most people do in that moment is go, "Well, I'm gonna push the pace." And I'm trying to hold people back, saying, no, there's a bigger picture at play here. If I've asked you to do 8 minute miles, do 8 minute miles. I know you feel like 7:30. We ain't doing that today. We're doing 8 minute miles because I understand your body. I understand what makes you tick. And we're doing 8 minute miles because I know you can do that over 6, 7 miles, whatever it looks like, because tomorrow something big's coming. So if you do 7 minute miles today because you feel great, that sustainability again, are you going to be available tomorrow for what I really want from you? So it's understanding the bigger picture. You understand your athlete, and we both agree on the pathway, and we stick to it.
Because you mentioned that in the book of, trust the process. Just, listen to it. Trust is like the parachuting example, trust that the parachute's going to be there. Trust that you can jump out, that you're going to be safe, you're just going to follow your training, etc. And that's, I think, a big selling point in the book. It's not just you saying, do this, do this, do this. You go and find some of the best people in the world, like UFC fighters, like the Stoltman brothers, and you ask, like, why they don't go and do PRs. So you ask the best in the world why they don't do PRs all the time. You went and found one of the best nutrition guys to talk on that. That you have so many great examples of people who then back up the evidence you're using, as well as all the evidence of the success that you've had on the app, etc. But talking of like diet and stuff, people are always about like carb windows and when to take my protein shakes and stuff like that.